Hey guys, it's me again. Hopefully you were able to revisit the video of the guy talking about what inequalities are and more importantly, the graphing of them. And again, that started at about minute 650 on that video. So he talks about the solution to an inequality. A solution to an inequality is anything that K could be or anything that W could be. Okay, so it's important to remember or to realize that the line that you're graphing represents any and all possibilities of that variable, of K, of W, of X, whatever it happens to be. Okay, so what I've done is I've just copied down 3 of the questions that you're required to do today. Questions 15 and 16, the first 2, but then question number 23, and there's a reason for that. So looking at number 15, we see the statement is K is greater than 1. Okay, I've just jotted down blank number lines. We don't need to go into great detail about these number lines, very similar to how he showed that he graphed them. So if I were to show this, K is greater than 1, I will, start with a 0 and I'll put a 1 here. Okay. What we need to first think about is this an opened or a closed circle? On the number line, will it be opened or closed? Okay. A closed circle, as we saw in our previous graphing, represents an absolute location. In a previous chapter, you had to graph 3 and its opposite. So you were graphing 3 and -3, and those closed dots were showing exact location on a number line. This isn't that necessarily, okay? If K is greater than 1, what are some possibilities of K? 2, 3, 500, anything that's greater than 1. But K is not 1. It cannot be 1. It can be 1.1. It can't be 1. Okay? So whenever you see a regular greater than or less than symbol, that's going to be an open circle on your number line. Okay? So these symbols give us an open circle on the number line. Okay? If, like in number 6, you see the less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, that's when we get that closed dot, meaning that is a possibility for that value, okay? So we're going to put an open dot at 1 because K is being compared to 1. K is greater than 1, okay? So the things we need to think about when creating our number lines, where's our dot going to go? The dot's going to go at the number it's being compared to. Is it an open or closed dot? We've just discussed why this is an open dot, that 1 is not a possibility for K. And then our last thing we need to decide is which way is our arrow going to go? If this statement is saying K is greater than 1, the arrow needs to show where are the numbers greater than 1? And that's off this way. Okay? This is indicating that K could be 1.1. It could be 200. We don't know. Okay, the arrow just keeps going. It could be anything greater than 1. Okay, moving on to number 16, the second question on today's assignment. W is less than or equal to 5. Okay, so again, where's our dot going to go? Our dot's going to go at 5. Okay, now let's decide, is it an open or a closed dot? Because this is less than or equal to, we do a closed dot, okay? So I'm going to have 0 here again. I'm just going to stick 5 over here, okay? It's going to be a closed dot, meaning 5 is a possible solution for W. It would work. It's less than or equal to 5. So 5 would be the greatest it could be, okay? So then how do we represent W being less than? That would be an arrow this way, okay? So this here is showing us that W is less than or equal to 5, okay? And then I chose number 23 because it's set up a little bit differently. Most of the examples that you look at today have variable, symbol, number. Variable, symbol, number. Variables. This one's different. It's reversed, okay? It's got a number, symbol, variable, okay? The reason I point this out is because when we graph A, the arrow represents A. Don't just get in the habit of, well, it's pointing that way, so my arrow always goes that way. Kids always want to get in that habit, okay? So looking at this, my dot is going to go at 3, okay? Is it going to be an open or a closed dot? I'm listening, I'm waiting. Closed dot, yes. Okay, closed dot at 3. Now let's think about this. 3 is greater than or equal to A. We can reverse this statement and say A is less than or equal to 3. Less than or equal to. So that would be off in this direction. Okay. Another helpful strategy when you have the number then the variable is just rewrite it. It helps us because the way we make these statements is usually left to right. So if we want to rewrite it, that might be a helpful strategy. All right, check in later. I will have all the answers for you for the remainder of 7.5 Practice A. Thank you.